Can you show your Atlas passives? Yeah, I can talk about my Atlas real quick, dude. The big thing I want to say though is my Atlas changes a lot, and you should just be aware that you don't like spec into one Atlas and it stays like that way forever. Usually, especially in Soul Surfing, obviously, but usually the way it works is you spec into what you need at the time or what you feel like doing, and then you swap. Yeah, I've respec'd my Atlas every single day of the league. Every single day. And not like a little bit either, like a lot. In fact, maybe it would be more helpful for me to tell you all the changes I've made to my Atlas from day one. Alright, anyway, to go over my Atlas tree real quick, I started the league, as everyone should, with essences. Essences are honestly kind of mandatory. They just jumpstart your gear, right? Like a single essence of greed is a piece of gear, you know what I mean? So essences are usually pretty much mandatory. You don't have to, but they're really good. Also obviously speccing into Kirak, so I usually go up here, through here, and rush Kirak. The reason I go for Kirak early is because Kirak missions give you a lot of map unlocks and a lot of map sustain. You don't need this now, like as you can see I don't have it, but early on this is the best way to like just jumpstart your Atlas. Also things like shaping the skies, mountains, valleys, and seas is excellent. I also, now this is before I actually went for my map sustain route, I was actually spec'ing to Jun, so I had things like focus investigation, covert stakes, test of loyalty, so I went all the way over here. I think, yeah, I went through here actually. So I went through here to Stream of Consciousness, Test of Loyalty, up through here, and to Intelligence Gathering. Now this is a massive investment, and you can see on my exclamation mark Atlas command, the Atlas for this. But the reason I did this is for Devouring Diadem. Lots of builds need this. If you're a build that needs this, you kind of have to do this grind. It's a huge point investment. You probably have to do white and yellow maps to get the points for this. But Devouring Diadem is just so powerful in the current meta with how auras work, with how Divine Blessing works. It's just, yeah, it's very powerful. It solves your mana issues too. Now, after a while, you'll have enough points to respec out of that. That's when you can start, you know, having fun. That's when you can start, you know, spicing it up a bit. Now, I wanted to complete my Atlas, so I went for shaping, the Kirak nodes, and I just, spammed red maps. I also unlocked more essence nodes. Obviously, these are the two that I would recommend on top of this one. This just means you get tons of shrieking and dread. I mean shrieking and deafening. You can also go for Crystal Lattice. The problem with this is the essences become harder than like endgame bosses. Because of the way essences increase the life of monsters, they become like insanely tanky. So I would actually not take this in high tier maps. It's fine in low tier maps, but it's brutal. At that point, you have a choice to make. So we've covered Atlas Sustain, but what we haven't covered is like, what do you want to farm? Now, I personally like shrines. This is not mandatory, this is optional. This is the point, this is the part of the Atlas that people love. This is all optional. I like shrines, so I went for shrines. You might like boxes, you might like Harby, Harvest. But you know, you could keep the betrayal nodes. You could, I know a lot of endgame races keep betrayal for XP. You could do breach, legion. I mean, you can just choose what you want. I went with heist because it's one click of investment per map, so it feels really nice and you get a lot of value. I went with harvest because harvest is still powerful for crafting things like rings, thanks to Reforged Chaos. I also wanted the enchant, which is 5k yellow juice, so I kept harvest. I went to try Harbinger. It's fun. I don't think it's worth it, but like if you're specifically looking at fracturing shards, I've killed nearly 600,000 monsters. I've played for 4 days and I have 6 fracturing shards. I do not think Harbinger is worth it. The reason I've kept it is because it's fun. You know, it's lots of annuls, lots of exalts, shards, you know, it's just fun. Map sustain as well, right? It's not bad. And at the moment, I've also expected to blight. This is just because we need oils. But I'm gonna respec this, and that's the point I'm trying to make. In about 1 hour, maybe 2, I will respec the blight nodes into something else. I don't know what. I don't know what. Maybe more harvest. Maybe breach. Maybe legion. I mean, you know, you're gonna change your passes depending on what you need at the time. Maybe I'll even go back to expedition for farming currency. You know, maybe I'll go back to farming bosses. I mean, who knows? So, yep. Have you even found a fracturing shard? Yeah, I found 6. I haven't found an orb yet. Can orbs just straight up drop? They can, and this got one to drop, but that was super lucky.